Good afternoon and welcome to Campbelltown Stadium on Dharawal land in Sydney's southwest on Paramount Plus and 10 Bowl for this final match of the weekend. Macarthur FC taking on Brisbane Roar. Well, for Mile Sturjovski, he's without 6 first-team players through injury, suspension and international duty. Alexander Shushnyar, the most recent, misses out with the niggle, so Jonathan Aspro-Potamides is one of 3 changes to the side that lost 4-0 to Western Sydney. He comes in the centre of defence. No change in midfield, where Jake Holman and Kieran Maccas continue. While up front, Georgian striker Bachana Arabouli without a goal in 9 matches. Partners Al-Hassan Toure. Up front, Daniel Arzani, the Socceroo winger, also returning to the starting 11 for the first time in 3 weeks. Well, Nick Green's Brisbane Roar are looking for back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Their new English coach has made just the one change. It comes in attack, where Serbian striker Stefan Šćepović returns from a hamstring strain to partner Nikola Mileuznic up front. On the left of midfield, 23-year-old Jez Lofthouse makes it back-to-back starts for the first time in his A-League career under his new boss, with Jay O'Shea and his broken toe only fit enough for a place on the bench, and Kai Truen in the centre of defence. It's the youngsters Rahmat Akbari and Tarash Gamulka in the centre of the park for Roar. Well, week 19 of the season has thrown up a number of surprise results, some big wins and some important defeats as well. That will be the case again this afternoon if either of these two sides can get up. Both of them looking to hitch their wagon to the top half of the table. Andy Harper joining us in Campbelltown this afternoon. Victory just about essential for these two today.
You'd think so, Robbie. Very good afternoon to you and to everyone watching on the 10 Network and Paramount Plus. It's a lovely day in the southwest of Sydney. Warm, certainly, with the drinks break scheduled, but not overly humid. And two teams who need to be desperate. Two teams, really, Robbie, whose on-field travails are one thing, but as football clubs are struggling to deliver what they might.
Here's Holman.
Good little burst there from Holman.
Yellow card, 12 minutes in for Courtney Perkins.
Courtney Perkins working really hard. The intention... I failed to see a yellow card in that, I'm sorry.
His 18th appearance of the season, Arzani. I'll get back to that because it's symbolic and important. The silver back. Toure. Daniel Arzani, 24 years of age. It's just his 50th professional match in Australia. There he is again. And an 18th league appearance equals the most he's ever achieved in a single season. As well in 7 years as a professional. We talk about the expectation and the talent, but he's a player who is still working his way back from huge injury problems. Just 24 matches over the last 4 years before returning to Australia. De Silva. For the pace of Toure. Leaves Kai Truen in his wake. Toure now, back post towards Arabouli. And it's in the back of the net. After 9 games without a goal, the Georgian striker, Bachana Arabouli, breaks his drought, slamming the ball into the back of the net, and Macarthur have a 14th-minute lead.
That's a great ball on the Harvey Norman replay out from Daniel De Silva, who just realises that if there's any sort of acreage at all, then Al-Hassan Toure is a great outlet. He mows down Kai Truen, who's no slouch, but Al-Hassan Toure is something else again. It's a beautiful ball over, and Arabuli is a really good penalty area striker. He is a fantastic goal poacher. We just don't see him getting enough of the ball. But there's the evidence. Great control, lovely shot on the turn.
They score first for just the 7th time this season. But they are undefeated when it happens. Now, what can Brisbane do? We saw them come from behind to win last week. Here's Szczepovic driving it low and hard, denied by Curto.
Well, taking up a beautiful position on the angle. The routine save there for Philip Curto. His positioning is good.
Or takes over. Courtney Perkins. You can hear Nick Green telling them, pass the ball around quicker. Danny De Silva takes over and might show them how it's done. He's got Al Hassan Toure making that run through the middle. The pass was into feet. He just couldn't take it with him.
What a great chance for Macarthur to skip clear.
Henry Hall back. Or again into the feet of Mile Uznic. His touch is heavy. They've won it back though, no free kick, says the referee. Mile Uznic with another chance. Well, he has spectacular in that locker. He almost provided it there.
Well, it looked way wide off the boot, but then it just started threatening to curl in. And it's finished a lot closer than initially it seemed.
As there's no free kick again, Adam Kersey letting it play. Toure shaping to shoot, does so again, now accelerates. Courtney Perkins stuck to the task.
Well, what a breathtakingly good opportunity for Macarthur, but again it was in second gear. Now it's hot, we realise Sunday afternoon kickoffs in the heat, but those are the moments that are going to win you the game, give you a chance to.
Szczepovic brings it down and off the crossbar, and then from underneath the crossbar, Aspro Potamides heads it up and it's claimed by Curto.
And that's how close it was to Macarthur losing their lead, not only not extending it, but losing it. I think it's a great save from Curto, actually, Robbie. It's a wonderful touch. Look at that again from Szczepovic. It's a great save from Curto onto the crossbar, and it's an excellent defensive header from Aspro Potamides as well. This will be a great shot. What great camera work. Excellent effort. Fantastic goalkeeping.
Was caught out for the goal, not a second time. Well defended. Daniel Arzani flying in, almost took out the Brisbane coach, Nick Green. Here's Mile Uznic taking on Miller, down to the byline, and Curto reaching for it. It needed the assistance of Aspro Potamides.
Good defending from Aspro Potamides. Curto was there to cover it, but it was a good burst from Mile Uznic, again, just so fast. Even Matt Miller found him difficult to contain.
Courtney Perkins, one way then the other. Hoare drives it in hard. Hingett with the header, can't keep it down. Brisbane getting closer.
Battle of the big man on the back post. Hingett v Vujica. But it was a pretty tidy ball in from Henry Hoare. And Hingett actually might have done better, having made the space, won the contest, got to the header, might have controlled it a little bit better.
Nick Green, who's coached under-18s and under-23s at Lincoln City and Hartlepool United. Most recently, coaching at the Pro Player Private Academy. And he's got the chance, the opportunity to prove himself in the Isuzu UTE League now. Something that Mile Sturjovski very mindfully bided his time. He revealed when he took the job at Macarthur that he'd been offered it in the past. Didn't feel ready for it. The former Socceroo, nearly 50 caps for Australia, including the 2006 World Cup. And for the moment, it's Mile Sturjovski's side who are leading, courtesy of Bachana Arabouli's 4th goal of the season. It came in the 14th minute in a half of few chances, a nervy match between two sides that know that victory could reignite their finals hopes. Half-time in Campbelltown. The Bulls leading the Roar by 1-0. So we're all set for the start of the second half, and the Irishman Jay O'Shea missed last week with a reported broken toe. He must have had an injection or some magic bones to have healed up in a week. Second half underway. Jay O'Shea, the first change of this contest, but it's Macarthur straight back onto the front foot with the goal scorer Arabouli. Cleared by Courtney Perkins towards Jay O'Shea. His first touch secures possession. He's come into the game for Rahmat Akbari, and he'll play in those two central midfield roles. Here he is again. He's the one Brisbane Roar player that features in the top 20 individual player attacking stats, whether it's for chances created or passes in opposition halves. He is like a magnet for the ball in this side. Andy Harper, can he provide the spark for this Brisbane side?
Well, Robbie, he's done it plenty of times before. Sensational player. I guess it just depends on how bad the toes are and what his pain threshold is. But desperate times call for desperate measures. No time for Jade to rest. Here he is. Great little pass.
And Lofthouse, the cutback. And Mile Uznic denied by Philip Curto a second time. And Brisbane just 90 seconds into the second half. The impact of Jay O'Shea already visible.
Oh, two great saves from Philip Curto. One in the first half against Jepovic, and then excellent work there to keep the lead intact for Macarthur. Been a bit sleepy out of the sheds at half-time. They need to turn that quickly maybe now.
And they may do so now. Toure, it was a lovely turn. Oh, I thought that was in. Side the far post. Holmes didn't have his angles quite right. Toure saw it, but couldn't bend it inside the far stick.
Well, just the reaction from Al-Hassan Toure at the near miss. Here's the save from Curto, really. Well, it wasn't from Curto, actually. It was deflected from Aspro. And here's Al-Hassan Toure, another great camera angle. Really promising effort. And look at his body after it just collapses.
As up the other end, we very nearly flag up for offside.
Well, frantic 30 seconds at Campbelltown.
It's long. Brisbane looking for the goal to get them back into the contest. So far in round 19, 5 of the top 6 have all won. This is Jepovic finding space. Lovely ball out for Lofthouse. Onto his right foot, shoots and saved again by Curto.
Made the space nicely. Jez Lofthouse, who was found by Jepovic really well.
Now Arzani finding Arabouli, Maccas. A big switch, bypasses Toure for De Silva. Ingrid helping to put the brakes on as well. He now runs back across to his right back position. Holman's little touch, gets it back from Arabouli. Huitza in space down this left-hand side. Looks up, crosses, it's a good one as well. Arabouli's header unable to test Jordan Holmes.
Holmes might have been in a bit of trouble, however. And it was not that wide and just a little bit more on target. Indeed, on target. Terrible.
There's a certain predictability at the moment about this Macarthur side, who get about 30 metres out from goal, start shaping to shoot, and then lose their way. This is more direct from Matt Miller. It's a great run. It's a fantastic run, and it's a brilliant individual goal. And how simple this game can be. Midway through the second half, goal number 5 of the season for Matt Miller, and he shows his teammates how it's done.
Well, the Macarthur top scorer, Matt Miller, on the Harvey Norman replay from right fullback virtually, has watched the second half transpire and watched maybe 4 or 5 attacking opportunities just come to nothing. And he's been saying to himself, if I get the chance, this is what I'm going to do.
And it's going to be a first A-League appearance for the former USA Youth International, and most recently, Apia Leichhardt, goal machine. Jason Romero, who has been signed as an injury replacement for Uli Davila. That's Neville on for Gamulka. Kurto. Aspro Potomides. And now Stjepovic in behind, into the area, the little cutback, looking for Hoare. Here's Lofthouse. It has to happen sooner rather than later for Brisbane. It does here. It's top corner. It's Jay O'Shea.
Well, as with Macarthur's second goal, Jay O'Shea says the answer to breaking down a defence is to do it instinctively. On the Harvey Norman replay, it's a fantastic finish from the Irishman. Broken toes or not, maybe this one came off the plaster and got this beautiful curl into the top corner. Kurto, no chance. Brisbane still alive. And Jay O'Shea says, the less we dither, the more we threaten.
Just the impetus they need, the direction to go and chase this result. Certainly 1 point would be better than none. Even if 3 is what both sides have been coveting since kickoff. And Brisbane come again now. Macarthur sitting back deeper and deeper. Kept in by Carlo Armiento. He's got a fabulous left foot on him. He drives it in hard right into that 6-yard box. O'Shea again. Kai Truan. Courtney Perkins. His cross, the header, Lofthouse! 2 goals in 2 minutes, and Brisbane have tied the contest. And the funny old game strikes again. You cannot take your eyes off the ball.
Well, an unlikely scorer and an unlikely source on the Harvey Norman replay. It's Jez Lofthouse who leaps above Jonathan Aspro Potomides.
Stjepovic calling for his players to keep supporting them. How he'd love to get his first Roar goal. Then it'd be a winner in such an important match of football. Maccas for Mombwa. Romero, quick feet, little 1-2, Romero shot! Jordan Holmes scrambling across to his right.
Well, it was a very considered build-up from Macarthur. It's a dozen passes or so, and the ball never really moved beyond a 15-metre grid. But they managed to get Romero into some space for his first effort on goal in the A-League, and it stretched Holmes.
Here's the equaliser, Stjepovic. O'Shea. Zabala. Almost finding it as well. Look at all the orange shirts in the box, driven across by Armiento and cleared by Uskok. We're in to the last 60 seconds. Macarthur, who were leading by 2-0 just 22 minutes ago, have seen that lead evaporate. The cross in, back post, Stepovic! Off the crossbar. Did Curto get a finger to that as well?
Well, it's a beautiful ball again from, was that Courtney Perkins or Janardi? It's just a clear hit from Stepovic off the crossbar. Boy, it's off the shoulder, actually. Doesn't matter what it comes off, so long as it goes in, and it was that close for Brisbane.
With O'Shea. Stepovic. Back for O'Shea. On the volley. Blocked by McGing. Miller gets there. He's caught and fouled by Courtney Perkins. And that's a second yellow card. He was booked in the 12th minute. And he's booked in the 92nd. And Brisbane, with still 3 minutes of stoppage time to play, find themselves a man down and settle for a point here. Macarthur will certainly be feeling that this is an opportunity that has gotten away from them, unless there is still a final twist in the tail of this one. Vujitsa back in, the header, and it's in! McGing, the former Brisbane player, with the back post header in the 95th minute. He scored the winner last year against Brisbane, and he's done it again. And the cowbells ring out across Campbelltown. Buskov leaves it. And it's all over. The Bulls are back to winning ways. It will be celebrated on the bench, celebrated on the pitch. A thrilling finish in Campbelltown. Macarthur FC is still alive in this season's league. Macarthur 3, Brisbane Roar 2.